past, Seriously Tech Stuff has brought you Sharks That Attack, Venomous Snakes, but now, Dragons. This is so dumb.
Red Dragon M916W Pro 4K at 26,000 DPI. This is a eSport grade gaming mouse. eSport grade, remember that. But this thing has some nice functions. It's another product that, go into the drawer of mice. It's like, why are we paying $160 for these things when this works just as good, if not better? Come to the back. We'll get back to that later. So let's talk about this mouse first instead. Let me turn it off so I don't screw anything up. Okay, on the bottom you got a DPI button. See that look nice? That camera looks nice. You've got Bluetooth and off, and then 2.4 gigahertz. Don't use Bluetooth if you're gaming. PFT-EP, which is nice. You take the coating off. It was kind of hard to get off. It's kind of weird. Anyway, the coating is eggshell-ish. It's pretty smooth. It's more smooth. And it's smooth throughout. So there's not a different texture here or here or here or even here really, although that is a little bit more glossy. But for the most part, it's all the same. It feels really nice. The buttons, as you can see, are a little bit scooped in right here, which I personally like. I don't like them flat. And the side buttons are recessed only a little bit, which is just right. And they feel good. This one's glossy, and this one has like a little, if you can see that it has bumps on it. I guess so you can okay, so this is my button for, that's 5. I don't know. But I mean, I don't have a problem with it. These buttons, according to their website, are called durable. They sound like pink dot to me. Those are probably pink dots. It doesn't say. I couldn't find anything that actually said it. And then the wheel button is pretty good as well. So the buttons feel great all throughout. It is 49 grams. It is light. The shape, it's got that shape. It's got that shape I like, where you just put your hand down, you open your hand up, and it goes, and you put your hand, and you're good to go. It just fits right there in your palm. And if I had a heat lamp or what is it, a FLIR camera or whatever, if I flip my hand over, you'd see it right in here. Like this whole part right here is connecting with the mouse. Not like this and this and this. Like my whole bottom part of my palm. There's nothing resting like right there on my knuckles that causes pain, or right there. It feels really, really good. Smooth. It's really nice. That shape, I really like this shape. I can't say that enough. It's a Red Dragon. I mean, I had to go back and look at the box to make sure it's like, no, maybe I read that wrong. Maybe it's like Bread Dragon or Red Magan. I don't know. But, it's Red Dragon. These are the guys that make those big, gaudy, junky looking mice with LEDs all over them. With saying that, when I first got into gaming PC again, kind of a couple of years ago, the first thing I got was like a $25 Red Dragon kit. It was a keyboard, all LED, mouse, all LED, and of course I quickly upgraded. I gave that set to a coworker. This was 2018. She still uses it today, still with no issues whatsoever, every day. So if that doesn't really say anything, I think it should. Durability. And so far I haven't had any issues with this whatsoever. It does come with a dongle for the 4K, and that is your dongle. So there's not an extra one or a different one. It's just this. of course, that's USB-C. Now, with that being said, there's something I have to mention. The mouse wheel. Now, I want you to listen to this. Did you hear that? That's because there is no sound. That's because there's almost no notches in this mouse wheel. Like when you do this, it's just a very faint little bump. And it's okay when you're online and you're going, where was that mouse price? It's fine. But when you're playing, say, Destiny 2 or something, and you're going from your primary to your secondary, and you go to your heavy weapon every single time and have to make sure that you slowly click just a little bit. If you have to think about it, it's kind of a problem. It may just be this mouse. It may just be this one, not the model. But Red Dragon, if you watch this, it might be something you consider working on. That needs to have a notch. That is one of the key features of a gaming mouse. See, listen. That's the G Superlight. Here's the Attack Shark. Here's the HyperX something too. They all have those notches, and you can even kind of see it vibrate when you move it. They all have them, and it's for like weapon changing and stuff like that. So if it's kind of absent, esport, no, I don't think so. Red Dragon, I don't think so. Nope. But does that make it a terrible mouse? I don't think so. If that is, if that's a deal breaker for you, then don't get this mouse. You can pass it. You can get better. And just get this one, the same price. These mice are the same price. This mouse is fantastic as well. These are both about $40 on Amazon. Again, why are we paying so much for mice? I don't know why. And maybe I've done this before, but look at this thing. Look, you have a wheel, you have 2 buttons, a sensor. This is a PAW 3395. I think that goes without saying now. You have a switch here, you have an internal battery, and then you have this port with 2 switches, right? Look at this thing. This is a controller, okay? If you were to take this apart, you would have buttons, button. You'd have an actual thumbstick, right? With multiple buttons. You have a D-pad. You have a freaking 3.5 millimeter audio jack with an audio receiver in it. You have other buttons on the back. You have notches for your triggers. You have motors inside that gyrate, that cause vibration. And you also have LED. So why is this the same price as this? I don't know. Baffles me. I mean, I know part of the. I mean, and we all know. Razer does the same thing. Anyway, so with that in mind, there's cheaper alternatives. There really is. And these are not the same mice. I mean, I can tell you that they don't have the same shape. They don't feel the same. I mean, I love the buttons on these. This is the original, not the version 2. I like the buttons on this. I like this mouse as well. They all feel a little different. But between like this one and this one, these are, above 100, below 50. It's just interesting. But I think this is a good mouse. If you are on a budget like moi, and you want a good mouse that is competitive, it's lightweight, and it's 4K, which, by the way, I'm going to show you the software here in a second. I didn't really find any difference between 1000 and 4000, but that's just me. I'm also not an esports competitor. Your mileage may vary, but I thought I would go ahead and pay the extra like $15 to get it 4K, because they do have a 1K version that is cheaper, but it's the exact same mouse. I think this is a contender. I really do. I have been using this mouse for almost 3 weeks now, exclusively, and I have really enjoyed it. Call of Duty, X Defiant, of course, Destiny 2. I know, shut up. Diablo 4. Yeah, I mean, soon to be Sulaco. So, I mean, for the money, it is a good buy. If you can get over that wheel, and hopefully maybe if you get one of these and your wheel does not feel like that, put a comment below so that we know it may just be this one, and I should have returned it and got a different one, but I didn't. So no big deal. So that's it. Let's take a look at the software, and otherwise I'm out. See you in the next one. Thanks for dropping by. It's good to see you again. Have a good day. Be kind to one another. All right, and then here we have the Red Dragon. Look, that's a different name. The K1NG 4K Pro. Oh, all right, it takes a second. When you start the software, it doesn't come up immediately. Come on. There we go. Okay, please update happening. All right, so this is the mouse. So it gives you these little, numbers. Obviously, you can tell these buttons what to do. You can set a profile. Pretty standard stuff. I just noticed that the aesthetics of the actual program kind of match their website. And then, of course, you've got these things. You can back it up. Debounce, 8 milliseconds. Everything I've pretty much left at default. DPI stages here, you have up to 5. I put in 3. Report rate. Obviously, there's your 4,000 hertz. And sensor, you have liftoff distance, peak performance. You got angle snapping, motion sync. Pretty much everything that you need. Everything that's offered in a modern gaming mouse. And then, of course, the DPI light effects. The DPI light effects is on the bottom of the mouse, so I don't really think I don't know why it would really matter. And then here, you got macro list. And you also have, like, cycle until all this stuff. This is, look, I mean, it's everything. I mean, it's got everything. Go over to here, and then, of course, this is your version. Software, and then Windows mouse properties, which I think is cool. I like that they put that in there, because if you're like, what is going on with my mouse, you can just click that, and then there it is. Long distance, this was checked. In long distance mode, the distance will be farther and the anti-interference ability will be stronger. The corresponding working current will be increased and the time will be reduced. So I think that what that means is that little dongle that's on the end of the cable, if you're having issues with it, or if it's not right next to your mouse, then you can turn that on. I'm going to turn that off and see if it makes a difference. Then see, where that goes. But yeah, I mean, the software it's ugly, but so far it works fine, and it's got everything you could possibly want. $38. $38. What the hell, Logitech?